Alright, welcome to another video, guys. This is a bit of a different one. We have a special guest who's going to be asking me some questions about the recent feature-length tricking documentary that we filmed over the summer. So, welcoming Sean Silvestri! Good to have you here, Sean. Over there, you settle down. There's a man over there. So, yes, welcome Sean.
Thank you, Kyle.
What was that? So why are you here today?
Well, I'm here because, as you know, we spent a minute traveling America, and I made a documentary out of it about tricking, and I thought, oh, we could have a little chat about it.
Oh, let's go chat. Okay, well, fire away, big man.
These questions are about the tour, about Plan Zero, about Big. The first question. What is Big? How would you describe Big? What is it?
Well, I've seen it like 3 times now in all the forms. I actually seen it when there was the final cut, then the revised cut, and then the license-free cut. So I've seen it a lot, and I would say Big is the truest tricking documentary. It's the most, puts tricking in the most realist light that's been shown, because it's hard to convey what tricking is in like a 10-minute vlog, or you get the gist, but literally what Big is, it's like a 1.5-hour journey that you like get to know us 4 individuals in it, and also find out about tricking from like the best people. You got Juju Mufu, you got Michael Guthrie. So you find out about tricking, but also like actually what it's like to be a tricker. There's a lot of waiting around, there's a lot of tragic you know, like there's days where you just spend the whole day on a mattress in a basement.
Right.
Shaking around in a little American flag. I would say, yeah, Big is the truest tricking documentary that's been done. Which is cool, because it's actually real. It's real. Real. Like R-E-E-L, not R-E-A-L. Like film real.
Right. Real. You mentioned sometimes you're in a basement all day.
Yeah.
So what's the worst thing that people don't see?
The worst thing that people don't see is the thing that you can't see. The hunger.
Oh.
You can't see the terrible diets that these poor ass trickers have whilst they're traveling across America. Because literally we would eat fast food almost every single day. And that really takes a toll on your body, and that's something you can't see, because, you know, when you're tricking every single day, you're generally tricking better than ever. So you could be tricking at a decent level, but feel worse than ever.
Yeah. If
that makes sense. And you can't properly see that, but literally, like, when you're traveling that much, we ate the worst food. Like, remember that pizza? The rat pizza?
Oh, rat pizza.
We went to this place. Where was it? In DC?
Yeah.
We went to this pizza place in DC, and literally the place was trash. They had like a broken piano that smelled like pee. There was rats crawling in the ceiling, like literally crawling in the ceiling, like dust was coming down from the ceiling. And then we still decided to eat there. I don't know why. We got this fat ass pizza, and here's a photo of me eating it. And that's not what you really see. You don't see how terrible people feel at all times.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
Yeah,
it's a good time.
Good. Alright, so then what's the best thing people don't see?
I think for me, actually, I've never really thought about this, but I have like certain times in my life where stuff's been going on. Maybe it's been a great day, like maybe it's not even been that great of a day, but like I'm literally maybe just sitting in a car and I'm looking out the window and I'm just like, damn, like I feel content. Like, you know, when you're on tour, you just kind of like take a while to take it all in. Because we were in a car for a lot of the time, but sometimes I would just sit whilst we're driving through the desert, and I'm like, this is boring, we're driving through the desert, but I'm also like, this is like the coolest thing in my life. Like, I'm literally driving through the desert in America with like my best friends, and we've been on tour for 2 months. Like, this is literally like everything I live for, but like when you're living it, it's hard to like realize that.
Yeah, like you get, like you said, like just like little moments, realize like, oh, what I'm actually doing right now is pretty cool, but yeah, then you're just like, oh my stomach. Like the drive to Colorado, it's like what, 25 hours?
Yeah.
And the whole time, like there's no no real place to get food, so you just live off like gas station, I don't know, Krispy Kreme.
Yeah.
You just eat Krispy Kreme every 5 hours.
Yeah, you're like Krispy Kreme, that'll be my carbs for the day. America.
Trump. Do you have like a weirdest day or night of the tour?
I don't know, it was all weird. Oh, actually, okay, there we go. I have my answer. Okay, so the weirdest one for me was when we were in Utah and we were staying with Kyle Hudson in the basement. And like he has this massive basement. There was like 25 of us that were staying there, I feel. There was loads of people staying there. And we ate Wendy's because, like I was saying, terrible food all the time. And it must have been a bad Wendy's because I think I got like food poisoning. And I remember feeling like, oh, a little bit bad, and then I just like fell asleep. Then I woke up in the middle of the night, everyone else was asleep, it was like 4 AM, and I had no idea what was going on. I was like delirious. I was like looking around, and then the room was all like shaky and stuff, and I was like, what the hell? And like in some weird mental state, I thought that I'd been like kidnapped by Kyle Hudson's family. Now, I'm not saying that's what I expected of your family, Kyle Hudson, if you're watching this. Not at all, but I don't know, I thought I was in some like Saw movie, and I was like, I need to get out or something. And then, I don't know, I think I threw up. And then I went back to bed, and then I woke up in the morning, and I actually felt kind of fine, but that was like the weirdest night. I felt like I'd been kidnapped in Utah. God, we're making the tour sound like we just wanted to die the whole time.
The tour was great, but also full of deliriousness and hunger.
Yeah.
So obviously, as we were on the tour and I was making big, you were also just filming for PZ, and you were meeting a bunch of people that watch PZ that you probably haven't since it had grown a lot. What was it like seeing like that reach that you built and also trying to continue making it as we were on tour?
It's a good question. It's a good question. Alright, so I mean it was awesome actually. It was really cool because like, I mean I get it like at gatherings I go to and stuff, but I've seen it a lot on the tour just because literally the tour consisted of, well, like 6 or 7 gatherings. So at each of those gatherings, yeah, like I met a lot of people, and literally the first thing they could say to me is like, oh, I love the videos that you're putting out. And I'm like, damn, like these guys are all watching, like these guys are all watching. And like everyone had like something good to say about it, and everyone sort of seen the vision that is the channel and like, you know, the way I'm like going with it. So it just sort of concreted it in my mind of like, oh yeah, this is actually going well, like people are watching this and people like it. And then when we were in, where was it? When we were in Washington, like we're at the White House and some dude like comes up to me, like he recognized me off the street, and I'm like, what the hell? Like I'm literally like, it's a dream for me to be at like the White House and see that. Like I've only seen it in films, and like let alone there's like people there that like recognize me from my videos. And I'm like, damn, like, I mean I played it off, I'm like, oh that's cool, yeah, what's up, blah, blah, blah. In my head I'm like, fuck, this kid knows who I am. I'm like, God. And like I had that like a couple of instances throughout the tour, and it's just the coolest thing for me, for anyone to like recognize me off the street from my videos, but also like on the other side of the world, and also just for friends of mine and trickers that are like, I know like to be watching my videos. It's the coolest thing, and I just felt like it was such an advantage point just to make really good videos as well, because you know how often is anyone at the salt flats with like an air track and like DJs and drone shots, and literally like the tour was like the perfect time for me to make like all the videos that I did, and like I think they're some of the best videos I've made, and it just makes me excited for like this summer, because I mean I don't even know what we're doing, but it'll probably be cool.
What's the closest we got to death?
Well, we were in multiple car crashes. Was poisoned. By Wendy.
Poisoned.
Poison. Car crash. Another car crash. That's probably it. I mean, it was a pretty safe tour, I would say. I mean, the car crashes were a little bit scary, but other than that,
the first one is.
Well, the first one was bad, and like I don't know if there's much backstory on it, but like literally we were in a car driving from Colorado. We were just embarking on what, a 30-hour car journey. Yeah. And literally we're on like the freeway. We must be going like 70, 75, and then Dylan's driving the car. He's in like the middle lane. He goes to swerve into the fast lane, but some guy's coming up in the fast lane real fast, so we like swerve out, and then this guy like clips the back of us, like properly on the freeway, and then we start skidding out of control.
Like this.
We're like skidding at 75 on the freeway.
There was just like about 1 second where we were all just like, watch the documentary to see if we survive.
There's a link for the doc in the description. Maybe we die. Maybe this is filmed before it happened.
Oh my god. In the doc, in Big, bringing it back to Big, there's the interviews.
Yeah.
There's not that many of them, but I feel like they play quite a big role.
Yeah.
What do you think about the interviews compared to maybe other interviews that people have tried to do on tricking? Like what stands out maybe?
Well, it's interesting that you asked me that, because what I always said, like what I like most about the documentary is like the whole just real genuine aspect of us on tour. But yeah, like you said, there is interviews from Juji and Michael Guthrie and very like renowned people like in tricking that have helped shape tricking, and they talk about really like interesting stuff. But like, because I know these people, I kind of knew like for the most part what they were saying. But what I did hear from actually multiple people, this was when I was just in America there in California, like Mo and stuff were saying like their favorite part of the documentary was the interviews. Because they're like, no one else has interviewed Michael Guthrie in like that light. I mean, there isn't really one other Michael Guthrie interview quite like that, where he's as open and talking like as in depth and like kind of getting in his mind a little bit. And like, I don't know, when I kind of thought about that, I'm like, actually, yeah, like, that is like kind of never been shown before, and that's like really interesting. That's something probably everyone should see. And like Juji too, like the questions you were asking them definitely helped like pick their minds and got like different answers and different knowledge out of them that I don't think anyone else has. So there's that.
There's that.
There's that. And there's that.
And there's that for you. Oh, settle down.
Comedy gold. Comedy gold.
Settle down. Settle down.
Get out.
Get
Go.
him out. Get
Go.
him out.
Go.
Get him out. Sorry, everybody.
Sorry, I'm back.
So here's the real question.
Here we go.
Who is Big for? Like who can enjoy Big? Who should watch Big? Is it just something for people that trick? Or is it for your nan? Or what?
Good question. So, Big is... It's a journey. It's a freaking journey.
Yep.
So, Big is for anyone and everyone. You know, it's family friendly for the most part. Like you can, honestly, it's the kind of documentary you could sit down with your family and your mom and dad would enjoy it, because it, like I said, it shows tricking in a real light. But not only that, it's the story of us four going on tour, and then you meet all these different characters. There's that side that's like entertaining, but it's also super knowledgeable for people who like don't really know fully about tricking, and they want to be in the mind of Michael Guthrie, or they want to hear about the origins of tricking, how it started and how we all met each other, and there's like the history of the garrison in it. And really, like, I think what's good about Big is it's not just a tricking documentary, it's more than that. It's like the story of trickers. I think that's just the best part about Big, is it kind of caters to everyone and just makes it for an overall enjoyable watch. Like, my mom loves it, but of course she probably would because I'm in it and I'm her favorite son.
And my mom loves it.
And he's our only son, so she has no choice.
Yeah.
So.
But still, that's two mums.
Two mums.
They don't trick.
They don't trick. Well, my mom tricks a little bit. She's not bad actually.
Yeah, your mum gainer cork.
Yeah, she can do gainer, cork, scoop full snapping. Other than that, not really much of a tricker, so she liked it. Now I know this video is just one big plug for the documentary, but honestly I just really want you guys to see it, and I wanted to like give you guys some backstory on like why we even filmed it and like what we were doing out there in America. And literally, yeah, there's a link in the description. You do need to pay for it, but you guys gotta understand, like, Sean literally put like a lot of his own money into it just to make it. So it's not like, making this video isn't about making a profit, it's about being able to make a high production, good video and make it at least pay for itself.
Yeah. That's all it is. It's $2.99 to rent.
It's $2.99.
Which is how much you pay on a coffee. It's half the price of a session, whatever. Don't even worry about that. Don't even worry about it. Just like, just sprinkle $2.99 over there. Enjoy yourself.
And if you don't have $2.99, literally get one other friend. Like, go half in on it and like, sit down with them. Like, if you have 4 people, it's less than $1 each or £1 each. So it's really not that much. It's really not that expensive. And like a lot of you guys might be like, you know, like, oh, tricking content should be free. And for the most part, I agree. That's why my vlogs are free. But you gotta understand, like, vlogs can be free because I make money from them with the audience. But like a documentary, the only money that can go into that is from people actually kind of buying it and like spreading the word of it. So what I'm asking to you guys, if you actually want to see the documentary, please do go to the description and let me know in the comments if you guys are going to buy it and you're going to watch it, and let me know what you guys thought of it, because Sean put a lot of work into it, and I wouldn't say it if I didn't love it, but it's really good. There's a lot of me in it. You get to see the real me. Yeah, you guys have never seen the real me. I'm more of a goofball than this guy.
Yeah, so that's one thing. Like, Kyle's vlogs, I love you vlogs. Plan Zero, great channel. Subscribe to Plan Zero. But I made this documentary and I show Kyle differently. If you love Kyle, you want to see the different angles, dimensions of Kyle, there's a whole new angle on Kyle in this documentary.
And listen, if you watch the documentary and you see the real me and you're like, I don't actually like Kyle, then feel free to come back and unsubscribe from this channel. That's okay, that's allowed. But I think that's everything, so we're gonna end the video here. Hit the like button, make sure you subscribe, and definitely check out the link in the description, because it's a big pie. It's a big pie of tricking history. All right, thank you guys, and thank you audience, and thank you Sean.
Thank you Kyle. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. And that's a wrap.